Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be checking out Ren, Dear God, which I believe touches on some of the themes that I've enjoyed in the previous few of his that I've checked out.
Hello, it's Ren. I don't really know how to start this letter. Well, fuck it. Is this life really what it seems? Cause lately I've been in this place between awake and dreams. I know I only reach out to you when I'm feeling blue. I promise I'm not using you, I'm just
That's cool, man, that's cool. It's a great start. It's an interesting... it's called Dear God, so I don't know why I didn't expect that exactly. It's kind of like writing a letter to Santa almost as well, isn't it? You know, you don't do it all the time. There's an interesting line in there that reminds me of Jesus and the Mary Chain lyric. I awake from dreams to a scary world of screams. And heaven, I think, is too close to hell. Anyway, let's start this again. This is nice.
Hello, it's Ren. I don't really know how to start this letter. Well, fuck it. Is this life really what it seems? Cause lately I've been in this place between awake and dreams. I know I only reach out to you when I'm feeling blue. I promise I'm not using you, I'm just confused. I've got some questions I would like some answers to. Like, is there meaning to this state of short existence? My existential thoughts sure hope there are, cause I'm resistant to thinking that there won't be something better in the distance. And God, is there an afterlife where pain is non-existent? If you're up there, God, do you sit upon a throne? Or are you a humble soul where...
I like the rhythm of this, the drum machine, and it's an interesting beat with the shakes he's got going on. And he's very good at using dynamics and bringing things in and out to change the feeling. Because he's a student of music, I suppose, and great music. So when that bass synth, or whatever it is, comes in, that's lovely, man. And some cool topics as well, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to go back a bit more because I want to try and take some more of this in.
Is life really what it seems? Cause lately I've been in this place between awake and dreams. I know I only reach out to you when I'm feeling blue. I promise I'm not using you, I'm just confused. I've got some questions I would like some answers to. Like, is there meaning to this state of short existence? My existential thoughts sure hope there are, cause I'm resistant to thinking that there won't be something better in the distance. And God, is there an afterlife?
I think that's something you've always got to hold on to, man, is that tomorrow might be better. You know, when things are tough, you've always got to hope, isn't it? Hope. He talks about that in Higher End, doesn't he? Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. I know that's a different song to this one, but I'm thinking about that now. And has anybody seen that meme of the kid who's got a boot on his face and he's screaming, and it talks about, you know, spiritual awakening and stuff, and then, you know, you see the zoomed out and it's his own hand in the boot on his own head. I think I found that was true in my case. How about you?
Where pain is non-existent. If you're up there, God, do you sit upon a throne? Or are you a humble soul wearing sandals and tattered clothes? Do you mingle with the people like an equal? Then on Sundays just kick back and chill and put your feet up?
Yeah, this is a nice laid back sort of non-judgmental exploration of some of these ideas, I suppose, isn't it? That God is a guy on a cloud somewhere, which personally isn't what I believe, you know. And I think I did go through a period of being brought up in not a strictly religious family, but I think that, you know, there was belief in God, and you sort of taught these legends, I suppose, aren't they? Went through a period of agnosticism, atheism, I would guess. And then when I started to learn some stuff, I wouldn't say I'm believing in a guy who sits on a cloud wearing sandals and kicking back and chilling, you know. But I like the idea that when I went for my audition to become an actor, to study acting, they asked why I wanted to be an actor, and I said, because I like the idea that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And whether there is any truth to that or not, I want to experience as much of it as possible.
Did I really choose this life that I'm living now? Will my sins be forgiven if I speak them out? I won't lie to you, God, if there is a heaven, I really hope I get there, 'cause for real it sounds like heaven.
That's another interesting idea there. Did I really choose this life that I'm living now? Because it's an idea I've heard mentioned, and it kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. But then, how do you reconcile that with... I mean, I think I can reconcile that with the life and the struggles that I've had and been through. But if you're suffering from a chronic illness or something, then it's much more difficult to reconcile that idea, I suppose. But would that, or is it possible at all that believing that you chose to come here to have this experience, this particular journey, is that just like a nonsense idea, or is there some value or help or hope in that, even if you don't understand? Like, what would you guys say about that? Because I find it perhaps liberating to a degree that I've chose to come here. But even if you choose to come here, I suppose, and have this experience, how precisely would you know before, like, what it's going to be like? Or you just, this is just getting like, what, metaphysical or something? Is that the word? Or esoteric now? Like, what am I talking about? It's ethereal stuff, isn't it? What's on the other side? What is spirit made of, and all that sort of stuff. But it's cool to ponder about. There's a book that I read. I think the idea, where I heard this idea about choosing the life that you live in, was from Cardicism or something. And I read a book about spirits once, and that idea just stuck with me. But anyway, and will my sins be forgiven if I speak them out? Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it? But I suppose, like, going back to the idea that I've mentioned before, when I read that because sin mean something bad, that's what I always believed it to mean. But if the word sin means to miss the mark of an ideal, to not, which you could then boil down to, what is your ideal, your own personal one, and by your own measure, I suppose, or by your own standards, have you missed the mark? Could you have done better? So, if you do speak your sins, if you admit to yourself where you have fallen short, then you can do better, can't you? So, is that perhaps what that means? And you've got to forgive yourself when you fail as well, haven't you? Because that's how you learn, and that's how you grow, and just get up, try again. Tomorrow's a new day.
I won't lie to you, God, if there is a heaven, I really hope I get there, 'cause for real it sounds like heaven.
This is making me think of a Doctor Who line when he said he's not scared of hell. It's Peter Capaldi saying it, so you can picture, his extremely cross eyebrows saying it, but I'm not scared of hell, it's just heaven for bad people.
Reading past the lines, I just let go, searching for profits, my faith it.
That's a nice, everything dropping out, and then some atmospheric stuff going on in the background, but a melody and a guitar. It's lovely.
Reading past the lines, I just let go, searching for profits, my faith it is paper thin. So many questions in my mind, they replay like an echo.
Those sounds there are reminding me of some like ELO or something. Does anybody know the track Here Is the News? That's a great song, one of my favourites.
My mind, they replay like an echo.
Thank God, I need to go back and take this little bit in its entirety, I guess.
Searching for profits, my faith it is paper thin. So many questions in my mind, they replay like an echo.
His delivery of all that was really, really nice, and just breaking in just the right places. You know, you can't plan those things, of course, but it's just real and feeling, isn't it? And your thoughts do, don't they? You know, so many questions in my mind. They replay like an echo. For me, I think that is the benefit I found in some form of meditation. And that can, I guess, even be like just playing the guitar or whatever it is, or working on something you're engaged in, you know, that makes time pass differently. Because it's really dangerous, isn't it, man, when you get thoughts or questions or feelings and they just go round and round and round. And then we suffer twice, don't we? And more so in our imagination. So I do my best now just to... And in general, I'm getting better at it. I do my best not to worry about things that I can't control, and not to worry about potential things that are potentially in the future, you know, that are going to mess things up or might mess things up. There's a great little exercise that I do with acting sometimes, which is to train yourself to empty. But there's a line that is, you know, I cut myself off from the past, so I have nothing to regret. I cut myself off from the future, so I have nothing to be anxious about. I'm here. I'm just sitting. I find that's useful, you know. With controlling your breath as well, isn't it? Because I think it's very precise, but it's like 5.5 seconds in, 5.5 seconds out, or something, and then you get into the parasympathetic nervous system, which I couldn't even tell you what that is, you know. But I do find just slowing my breath down consciously helps as well. Maybe help you guys. Maybe it does help you guys as well. Maybe some of you do it.
Play like an echo. They never stop. My Messiah is porcelain. Dear God, why do people kill each other in your name? Is it really what you want, or have we lost our way? Cause it seems like religion can cause division, or people living in prisons of moral values they're given. What is right and what is wrong? Am I a sinner if I don't?
This is, I suppose, all of this sort of stuff, as well, is why I don't like the idea of the anthropomorphized, what's that word? God, because I think I have come to believe, and I'm well aware that my beliefs may change radically in the future, but currently, as far as I can tell from my life experience, I think everything is God, isn't it, you know? Everything. There's no separation, and to conceptualize God as a person, I think I want to say I find it ridiculous, but the things that I believe now I found ridiculous in the past. I would say I find it less than useful, I suppose. I guess it goes back to that idea of we're all one consciousness, experiencing itself subjectively. And this is all stuff I guess I heard Bill Hicks say, probably in my early 20s, and didn't really have a clue what he was talking about, but it kind of stuck with me. And then a long time later, it came full circle, I guess, and I heard it again and was like, that makes sense to me.
Way, cause it seems like religion can cause division, or people living in prisons of moral values they're given.
So it's not. I think we can all be in agreement. Probably it's not religion that is, or belief that is the problem, is it? Because structure and some kind of morality and some kind of ideal and discipline and all of those things, are great, and community and love. It's the tribalism and the organised religion, and saying, I mean, Ricky Gervais has got a good one as well, isn't it? When they feel so, how can you not believe in God? And he says, I just believe in one less God than you, because there's a lot to choose from, or something like that. He's got some funny takes on it.
What is right and what is wrong? Am I a sinner if I don't comply with everything that Moses said, or is that dumb? And why do people disguise hatred in your name? Homophobia, a history of violent wars and causing pain. High priests in the tower stacking riches, women burnt at the stakes called witches.
Yeah, I really enjoy going through some of his words here, man, and just talking about them to you guys. The riches bit I've mentioned before. Jimmy Carr said recently that the Roman Empire didn't fall; it became a church. That's where all the money went. That's where all the riches went, I suppose. And the witches thing, burning witches. I was reading something recently about that, and saying that it might have been to do with ergot in the wheat and stuff, making everyone trip. Or making some people trip. And I guess also there's I suppose, like, I'm just thinking about the Salem witch trials and stuff now, isn't it? And strong, independent, free-thinking women were just not allowed, so it was convenient that they could call them a witch, wasn't it? Also tragic.
Causing pain. High priests in the tower stacking riches, women burnt at the stakes called witches. In the name of God, Allah, Zeus, Jesus, people claiming lives justified by your allegiance. I think it's more complex than good versus evil. I think that there's both darkness and light inside people through different...
That's like extremely true, isn't it? I agree with that. I think we've all got the capacity for good and for evil, for darkness and for light. And I suppose the best way, as far as I can tell, is recognising the monster in yourself and then learning to control it, learning to use that energy in good and productive ways, and being aware of your darkness, I suppose. What did Bruce Lee say? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Different eyes, a man called a terrorist could be a freedom fighter if he's fighting for the side.
Nelson Mandela here, right? One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. Nelson Mandela's probably the greatest example of that.
You're with reading past the lines, I just let go.
I like this, but now, because before was, did he drop everything out apart from the guitar the last time round on this? But now everything's in. It's cool.
Searching for profits, my faith it is paper thin. So many questions in my mind, they replay like an echo. They never stop, my Messiah is porcelain. So is it ignorant to claim that we know what you want? And if I fast for the Sabbath, is that what you want? Or is tradition just super?
No. Although I've experienced with some extended water fasts myself, and I've found great benefit in them spiritually, health-wise. What other dimensions are there? I don't know. I just can't, to be honest, I can't wait until I've got some time to be able to do them again, because I think it's interesting, and it's interesting that all religions have got like as far as I can tell, they've got traditions of fasting. You know, I think there's great benefit in it, but you know, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice.
Superstition, religion, the human vision just crafted out of people's ambition. Listen, I knew a girl that lost a baby before it was born. What's the purpose of that, God? What is it for? Why did my best friends die before I hit 25? Is it because there is something better in the afterlife? God, I've been feeling suicidal lately. Mental health is worsening, it feels like it might break me. If you're watching, you know that I've been strong. But God, how much longer do I have to hold on? Please just give me some solace, so that I know you've got my back. Please just give me some relief. God, is that too much to ask?
Yeah, it's really tough stuff, man. Like, difficult for me to imagine. I mean, I think I've been through like a dark night of the soul, for sure. You know, a dark 6 or 7 years of the soul. But and of course I've came out the other side. You know, I wouldn't change any of it. You know, as tough as some of it was, I think it was necessary for me to, you know, to live as a butterfly. You've got to die as a caterpillar, right? But it's very different, you know, to what I now know. You know, the extreme pain and constant pain, you know, that Ren's been going through and stuff, and a lot of you go through. Hats off to you guys, man, because I can only imagine, and I can't even imagine, really, you know. Felt little glimpses of it in my darkest moments, probably, when I thought, if this feeling doesn't go, like, ever, then, but thankfully, you know, it went. The end. Yeah. It's very interesting ideas in there. It's powerful stuff, man. But I enjoyed it as well, you know. I enjoy thinking and organising my thoughts, and feel grateful that all you guys are watching it, you know. It's humbling, is that the word? Exciting, and I guess makes me feel like I'm moving forward as well, you know, and I'm putting some things together. I've got some plans, got some big plans, got some outrageous plans, really, but I'll tell you about some of that in due course. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves. Lots of love to you. I'll see you next time.